Just hear me out here and listen to these. Listen, started off Thursday Night Football. 37-10, Chargers beat the Vikings. Miami at Atlanta, 34-10, Miami wins. Baltimore and Chicago, 30-16, Baltimore. 40-9, Buffalo. 26-15, Houston. And by the way, Houston had the ball for like 80% of this football game. 32-13, Patriots. 38-20, New York Giants. 23-3, Buccaneers. 44-24, Denver. 38-14, Colts. 35-25, Packers. 28-7, Chiefs. Where are the close games? This is the professional football league. They're all professionals. And you don't hear this anymore. You don't hear people going, oh, well, any given Sunday. Nowadays, it's like, are you hurt or you're injured? Oh, I got a little bump on my knee. I got hurt on a Saturday. Drake London went on the injury list, according to the notification that I received. Drake London for the Atlanta Falcons went on the injury list with a hip injury on a Saturday afternoon, and then he was out on Sunday. They're not practicing on Saturday. So did he fuck himself out of the game, quite literally? Excuse my French, but I mean, what was he doing? Was he piping before the game? Was he hitting it and quitting it? I mean, what was Drake London doing? And so it kind of goes to that Michael Jordan quote saying, all we're asking you to do in basketball terms is to play 2.5, 3 hours of the game, three to 4 times a week or whatever. And, basketball is a different sport. What are you doing for the other 41 hours? What are you doing for the other 22 hours of the day, the 21 hours of the day that you're not playing? What are you doing with that time? Trayvon Diggs is playing around in his house getting a concussion. Not true. We'll get to that later. But what am I supposed to go into here? Am I supposed to go into how in the Minnesota and the Chargers game, the Chargers completely dominated one of the best defenses in the league without a starting right or left tackle, without a starting running back, without giving Quentin Johnson any touches, with at the beginning of the year a third string tight end Gadsden out of Syracuse, and a defense that's mediocre at best. They go in there and whip the Vikings' ass. And then out of that sprouts Carson Wentz's season-ending injury. So now J.J. McCarthy, who was suited up for this game as technically the emergency quarterback, I think they're quite literally hiding J.J. McCarthy. Now they're forced to play him. And I don't think they wanted to. I think they were going to rest J.J. McCarthy as long as they could until he figured out a way to decipher the playbook and to say, are you going to make these progressions? Are you going to make these throws? Are you going to lead this offense? Because we haven't seen it. And I know that it's only been 4 games, but, coming off an ACL injury all last year, that's a lot of time to not like experience the fluidity of the game and how much faster the NFL product is than, maybe a Michigan team in the Big Ten. That's a big jump for sure, but that's why they drafted you first round. And so it's highly concerning if Kevin O'Connell and the Minnesota Vikings organization is shying away from playing J.J. McCarthy on the Vikings. That's a big, big deal. And that would prove a lot of people right, because there's not a lot of people that believe in J.J. McCarthy because, well, frankly, they watched the college football tape and they said, well, this guy never threw the ball in college. So we're expecting him to throw the ball now? Very interesting, right? And on the flip side of that, let's just talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? Justin Herbert and Madison Beer are dating. Hello, where's the paparazzi? They're dating, And let's all just take a breath here, and think to ourselves, okay, do we like the Kelsey Swift couple more, or do we like the Justin Herbert Madison Beer more? The first initial thought that came through your mind, that just, if you're a guy listening to this show, you already know the answer. Easily Justin Herbert and Madison Beer. Easily.